What's up everybody, Tommy here again. Welcome back to Cheeky Garage. Got the LS1 in the truck, and I want to give you guys my full review of the Hooker Blackheart LS swap parts for the Chevrolet S10. So y'all stay tuned. Okay, here she is. LS1, 93 S10, Hooker Blackheart swap parts. We'll start here under the hood. We've got the mounts. Bear with me on the lighting here. The mounts, everything fits. I found it a little strange that the clamshells bolt to the block. Everything I've ever dealt with, which admittedly is limited, the clamshells go in the frame. Maybe it's not as uncommon as I thought, but I guess there's no reason why it can't work. The headers, try to get a little light in here. The headers, I'm super pumped about. I couldn't be happier with the way they fit. I know the lighting sucks, guys, but you just have to take my word for it. These headers, they clear everything. Plenty of control arm clearance, plenty of frame clearance, plenty of firewall clearance. I know that's pretty much worthless. This side, same deal. Plenty of clearance around everything. Plus you got the steering gear, or the steering shaft, goes right through that primary. Nothing touches, nothing's close to touching. Just very, very well designed. The brake lines, they come a little close, but you know, that's nothing that you can't work with. So, oh yeah, the heater box is good. I don't have the I didn't do any of the seal or anything yet because I'm gonna tear the rest of the truck all the way apart, or not all the way, but down to the frame and clean up the firewall and stuff. But just bolted together without the weather stripping fits fine. You've got plenty of room with that notch. So everything under the hood, good. I mean, great so far. No complaints. Super excited with the way it fits. Let me crawl under the truck and I'll show you the oil pan and the trans crossmember. Okay, under the truck you can see the oil pan. It's tucked up above the bottom of the crossmember by about an inch, maybe 3/4 of an inch. Good clearance on everything. It's a little tight on the bottom of the shallow part of the pan to the top of the crossmember, but it's maybe 3/16 of an inch. That's the tightest tolerance really on any part anywhere in all this stuff. No issues with it hanging down below the crossmember, so no issues over speed bumps, anything like that. The radius of the pan, it's got gobs of room around the crossmember as it comes down to the sump. So yeah, the Holley oil pan, top notch, perfect fit. Transmission crossmember fits perfect. On the first gens, you got to drill 2 holes in the passenger side frame rail. No big deal. 2 3/8 inch holes, and put your bolts through. A lot of this stuff is still just it's not really bolted in, like the trans is just sitting on it because I'm about to start taking the truck down even further. Just test fitting everything, and I mean, couldn't be happier with the way all these parts work together. I mean, they do exactly as advertised. Everything is in here headache free. So yeah, I mean, the trans crossmember, the oil pan, everything, just bolt in and go. Huge time saver. Okay, I want to show everybody one of the reasons why I went with the T56 Magnum is its front shift location. And you can see, in conjunction with all these Holley parts, I'm going to have to take maybe a 1/2 inch to an inch off the back of the hole. But other than that, you know, unmodified. Stock interior, stock shifter location. One thing, at least for me, I don't know what everybody else, you know, tries to do on these, but I was trying to save a couple bucks and tried to retain the factory location for the AC I was planning on going to notch that frame. I'm not going to do that. I am abandoning that plan. Unfortunately, I measured 6 ways to Sunday coming off of the mounts, you know, the holes, measuring the pump, where it was going to fall, and it's just going to be a little too close for comfort to me, or for me. It's got plenty of room, you know, for the idler. That wasn't the issue. It was not cutting through the factory weld, the frame seam here. It was still inboard of that. My concern was to the control arm. It was going to be extremely tight. I'm not going to say that it can't be done. Notching a frame, you know, with these Holley parts, but for me, it was a little too close for comfort. It was going to be tight regardless. You know, to ever get in there and have to work on it was going to suck. But I really, really did not want to chance it and start cutting into the frame. You know, I knew it was going to be tight without the AC lines hooked up to the bag. I knew it was going to be tight, and I really didn't want to start chopping up the frame and then it not work. So for that reason, we'll be going with an aftermarket high mount of some kind. So it doesn't. The silver lining is it doesn't have to be done right now. I don't have to mark it, pull the motor, cut it, put the motor back in, you know, a million times. I can just keep on with the progress, so that's good. But it's just one more thing I got to add to the list on the back end. So I'm going to do research, because at this point, you know, I have the Denso. I actually just sold the R4 compressor, unfortunately, with the old motor. But then there's also the ever popular Sandon units. So I need to learn, you know, pros and cons of all that, what it's all going to cost, and how to make them work before I make that decision. But other than the AC not working, and that, you know, might have still worked out the same way regardless of whose mounts and everything that I was using. Man, I got nothing but praise for Holley and Hooker. I mean, this thing fits in here like a glove. The headers are on point, the heater box, I mean, everything. They thought of everything, and it fits like it absolutely came in this thing. So if anybody's curious, can't find any information, that's kind of why I'm putting this review together. This Hooker Blackheart product line is top notch, A+, good quality, works as advertised. It's not the cheapest, I'll admit that, but if you got limited time or you just don't want a big headache, this is proof positive that this stuff works. So if you guys like what you see, give me a like, subscribe, share with your friends. But until next time, you guys have a good one.